welcome back to our survival let's play on Jack Pine. So, out of absolutely nowhere, we have snow. It wasn't forecast. You'll see the temperature's still in the plus, and it's still not forecast for, I'll keep that going, so for another few days. So yeah, bit of a surprise, because I wanted to start on the potatoes. I've just thought I might really struggle to get up here. I never even thought about that when I went to go and get the manure. Am I going to keep going? If I can get... there we are. We're moving again. Right, we're alright. Going down might be a bit of a challenge, like. So yeah, a couple of things. I've had to go and fill up, well, like you've just seen some of it. I'll go down here really slowly. I had to go and fill up with manure before the greenhouse runs out, which I'll fill now. Right. Is that me leaving my cushion out? Oh no, that just must be where it goes. I'll quickly jump in here and put some in. So we've skipped to late autumn. That's because really the only thing I would have been doing was clearing some more land, which I think I'm going to do in the next episode, but either on a time lapse or sort of just through jump cuts. You'll see, if you can see the case there, I just tidied up what we had left. So that needs to go over to be sold, but I won't do that until I've got 2 full trailers loads. Right, I'll leave it there for now. As far as the pig's concerned, we have gone from 10 to 44. So all of them at the same weight there, and we're looking to get between 60 and 80 pounds. That's when we'll start selling them off. Although I might keep some of the female ones. There's still going to be more born. So that's the pigs. And what else have we got? Field-wise. So yeah, they're ready to go. I can't remember with the topper whether it has to be dry or not. So I'm going to have to try that out. Right, what we do, I'll need to go back over to the store because we need some more equipment. And as you'll be able to see in the top right hand corner, we've got just over 80 grand to buy that equipment with, so I'll be back shortly. Okay, so we're over at the store. Now, I know we've now got 81,500 just because of the income that's coming in. So it would be tempting to buy equipment like this. So 16.5 grand. And that does 2 jobs out of the 3 that we're going to need. So it's a topper. It harvests them. And the only other thing we'd have to do is pick them up. However, I think because we're not going to be making overly much money, we're going to go for these 2. And really, that's just to maximize the profit that we can make. Otherwise, if we do spend a lot more money, we're kind of going to be forced into doing potatoes a lot more regular than what we are. I don't think that really matters, does it? So we'll keep it that colour. And we'll buy this John Deere as well. I know it's small, but it's also only £250. Right, we'll get this hooked up and we'll get back over to the farm. Okay, as you can probably see, it's somewhat different to what it was when we stopped. And that's because I've had to wait a full in-game day just to be able to get suitable conditions to be able to get our potatoes out of the ground. Why is it doing that? There we are, that's what I want. Right, and we're going to have to be quite quick, I think, because it's due to rain, I think, the day after this, which is will obviously put moisture back into the ground, which means we won't be able to get the potatoes up. So I'm hoping that you can do it like this. I think you can. I'll turn that help window off. This can't only be going at 2 miles an hour, surely. What's that take? 15 and 10. Why is that only going at that? I don't understand. I also didn't think that this actually picked potatoes up. That's not now. This is what I expected it to do. Right, so I'll turn that off now. Ah, there's going to be a few of them, isn't there? A few of these trees knocked down. Right, we'll get this on the time lapse and we'll come back once we're done. All I can say is, oh my god, that was absolutely painful. It took so long. I'm not sure what you'll have seen before this, because I've got hours worth of footage from where I've been topping and harvesting. But because it took so long, a lot of it's in the dark. So what you've seen beforehand, I have absolutely no idea. I'll run through what I did. So basically, you will have seen, definitely this is start this field because it was light. As you can see, there's still quite a lot of potatoes in the ground. In fact, now I'm at ground level, it looks like there's even more than what I thought. Just missed rows. If you remember, I started by using the topper that's over there. So the topper there and that. And I'll come on to that shortly. I was using that together. It just wasn't working because the topper, I think, is just over a metre in length, and that John Deere, the harvester, is 0.8. It just wasn't compatible. The tractor wasn't turning properly with the topper on the front, and it was a nightmare. So I took it off. You might have seen some footage where I whiz around with the topper and then go back over with the John Deere. However, a lot of these are showing up now because initially they were covered over from the first time I went round. So until I started scooping up all the potatoes, I couldn't actually see any of these. And to be fair, when I was scooping up the potatoes, it was dark. And there's quite a lot left. However, I've got no chance of getting them out because, as you can see, the moisture level is too high. So that's that one, unfortunately. You might have seen, I recorded it, whether it was in or not, I don't know. Look at the state of that tractor now. My word. Right, so we will be getting a pressure washer probably in the next episode now. In fact, we will be getting a pressure washer because I need to use that to transport the potatoes, and obviously it's filthy with manure. So we'll be getting a pressure washer regardless. So you might have seen us build this. The reason I had to build that, which I already knew to be fair, is because I know that this and this, coming from the placeables pack from No Man's Land, you can't actually tip crops onto them. Which, like I said, I already knew from using it from other maps, so this was just the cheap option. There is some seepage out the back. I've tried to tidy it up a little bit, but it just kept coming out. I have no idea how much is in there. None whatsoever. I mean, it's 2,143 litres per scoop, and it felt like I was back and forth all the time. What I should have done is got the pressure washer, and I should have just used that. In fact, what we'll do is we'll go down because I'll show you where we're at with the other field. In the light, I haven't actually seen this field yet because what I had to do was, while the moisture level was acceptable, I had to come and do this field as well. However, I have recorded it. Whether you'll see it or not, it's another matter because it was pitch black. it was really difficult, and you'll see if I zoom out a bit, I've done this field slightly different, so you can see I went round in rings and then didn't go sort of up and down until quite late on. The reason I did that was after the first field I noticed that the John Deere shoves everything to the left, so when in field number 1 I was shoving everything back on top of the potatoes that hadn't been harvested. I'm hoping that I've avoided it in that one, so there shouldn't be as many unharvested potatoes in that field. Now that's the plan. Whether that's worked out or not, I don't know. I need to, which I haven't done already, get another shed built down here as well, just to store them, because I'm worried that they'll start to rot. Now I don't know how long you can leave these on the ground for, or whether they've started rotting already or not. I have no idea. Get away. So, yep, that's the crack with that field, and I still need to scoop all that up, which won't be in today's episode. I have no idea how long today's episode is going to be, because like I said, I have no idea what footage I'm putting in yet. As far, in fact, I'll come back to this. I was going to say as far as the rest of the farm's concerned, but we'll do this in order. Right. Where are we at? Up here. So, this brilliant mod. Like, I really, really like it as a mod. However, for what we needed it for, it was completely, I'd say unusable, but it's not, because we've used it the whole time. But it just wasn't suitable. It was far too small. What we should have done is bought some of the bigger equipment. So we should have bought something like this and then just sold it on and took whatever the loss was for having it. Which, to be fair, probably wouldn't have been that much, because I wouldn't have needed a cutter. So that's what we should have done, but we didn't. So what I'm going to do, because on this series I will never use this again, because the fields, even though the fields aren't massive, they're too big for that. It's not going to let us sell it. Right, when I'm able, that will be on the journey. What else? Right, so we are, other than what's in there, we're out of manure. Obviously water doesn't matter. And we have, there's a bit at the back, but we have that much pig food left. Although that doesn't seem too bad. So as for the pigs, we now have 79. So we started with 10, didn't we? And we're now up to 79. So these ones up here, we'll probably only have them for another few days. And then they'll be getting sold, I think. I'm sure from what I remember, is this 150? Yeah, 150. So I mean, we could keep another 10, couldn't we? Possibly. But we see how we'll go with that. Right, I think that brings you up to date. Like I said, the time lapse part of this video might be a bit all over the place, but I had to get them harvested, the 2 fields harvested while the moisture level allowed, and because we had that absolutely random bit of snow that came from nowhere, I didn't have any other opportunity to do that. So we will, in the next video, we'll have to get the rest picked up. In fact, what I've been noticing is them high prices keep getting pushed back. So I'm still in quite a low price when that should have gone up by now. So I'm quite curious when we go into the next in-game day. I'm hoping that price shoots up. Because what are we on here? Oh, I'll tell you what I will show. If you look at Wednesday, I just want to show basically that I haven't leased or bought sort of bigger equipment or machinery to get the potato harvest done, which at one point it really did cross my mind to do it, but obviously knowing what type of let's play we're doing, I would never do that. So yeah, that's that. And potato price 196, so it has gone up a bit, but I'm looking at towards 3.5 more than, instead of just around the 2. So we'll leave it there. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.